Every step you take, every move you make, is your dog right there with you, shadowing you literally everywhere you go, like they're totally obsessed with you? That's quite a common thing for pet parents of dogs to experience. But is it just because they love you? Or is there more going on here? Are they perhaps a touch too codependent? Why does your dog want to be with you at all times? Don't worry, this is the video with the answers. You are their safe space. One of the most powerful reasons your dog stays close is simple. You feel safe to them. And who doesn't want to be around people that make them feel safe? Dogs are social animals after all. In the wild, they do everything in packs. They even sleep in packs. It's necessary for protection. So for that reason, one of the most common causes of a clingy canine, don't you just love alliteration, is that they're sticking by your side for security, your presence. Like the presence of the pack when they were a wolf in the wild tells your dog, hey, everything's okay, okay? No need to freak. So when you leave the room, they may feel unsettled. And that might seem to you like they're being overly dramatic. But if you look at it from their point of view, their source of safety just wandered off. The person who keeps them safe suddenly just vanished, and they have no idea if they will ever return. Now, you know that's silly because you're only popping into the kitchen to get a snack. But they don't know that. All they know is that you've suddenly gone. If this already sounds all too familiar to you, I'm willing to bet there's a strong chance your pup is a rescue dog, or maybe struggles with anxiety. If a dog has sadly experienced trauma or abandonment in their life, the presence of their pet parent becomes so much more than just friendship or companionship. It's their anchor, a constant reminder that at the end of the day, all will be okay. So when that vanishes, it can be tough. If you know full well that your dog is a rescue, because, you rescued them and everything, it's worth bearing this in mind and not letting yourself be too annoyed if they shadow you everywhere you go. Take it as a huge compliment that a dog who has had a tough time and probably struggles to trust an awful lot of humans, if not the majority, has looked at you and said, but not this human, this one is a good egg. Or maybe bone. Maybe dogs use the phrase good bone instead of good egg. Maybe we should move on to the next topic instead of pontificating over what idioms dog might use if they think in people words. They've imprinted on you. Now, I just mentioned shortly before the weird ramble about good eggs versus good bones that your dog might be a rescue, but conversely, you might have got your dog when they were a wee little puppy. And if you did, then the reason why they might follow you around now they're an adult is that they have imprinted on you hard. You've possibly heard of the phenomenon in relation to ducklings. There is a very famous and super adorable episode of the American sitcom Modern Family where the character of Phil buys some ducks' eggs and is desperate to be there when they hatch so that the ducks will imprint upon him. But ducklings are known to imprint upon the first creature that they see and treat said creature as their mother for all time. If you've not seen the episode, of course, they wind up imprinting on someone else, and hilarity ensues because, hey, it's a sitcom. This can also happen with puppies, and kittens as well, while we're at it, but hey, this isn't a cat channel. If you want cat facts, you need to subscribe to Feline Fanatics. I hear the writer of the videos over there is a really handsome guy who's nearly on top of his depressive episodes. Imprinting creates a deep early bond that wires your dog to follow you, just like those ducklings in Modern Family, which leads to them trusting you and wanting to be where you are at all times. If your precious pooch pal, I really do love alliteration, you're not just their caretaker. You're their compass through this dark and challenging world. They're reading you. Another thing I've mentioned before on this channel that really comes into play on this topic as well is that your dog is basically a university student, and their subject of choice is you. They want to longingly stare at you at all times, and that's not random. They're watching your face, taking in every micro-expression, learning from you and studying you. Dogs are expert observers. They watch your facial expressions, your movements, your tone of voice, even your breathing. I mean, if they weren't so cute, it'd be creepy as heck. Being close to you helps them understand how you're feeling and what you're about to do. Are you putting on socks? That might mean walk time. Are you stressed? They'll notice and stay nearby to comfort you. If they don't stick by your side religiously, they won't be able to learn everything about how you're feeling. And if they don't learn that, they won't be able to support your needs. And remember, they're your best pal. They want nothing more than to support you. And how can they do that when they don't know your needs? And how can they know your needs if they're not at your side at all times? Your dog wants to be near you because you are a living puzzle they're always solving, and they like to be ready for whatever's next. They're more than just attached. They're fully bonded. There's a crucial difference between attachment and bonding. Those words might sound similar, but they're actually totally different things. Attachment is about need. Bonding is about love and trust. It's important in your dynamic with your dog, or even all your dynamics with humans, to understand the difference between attachment and bonding and endeavor to build bonds rather than attachments. If your dog wants to be with you all the time, that could be a sign of a strong emotional bond. It could be so much more than just survival instincts as touched upon earlier. It could be an example of the raw affection, the pure loyalty that can only be born from total joy of being with someone they feel truly, deeply bonded with. Bonded dogs will follow you without being anxious, lean into your touch, and show relaxed body language. They're not clingy. They're simply connected to you like you and them are Lego pieces clicked together. That is pure, healthy connection between dog and human. Unlike the next thing on this list. Your dog has separation anxiety. Sometimes the need to be close isn't healthy. Sometimes it's not a bond. It's an attachment, and perhaps one born of separation anxiety. If your dog becomes distressed when you leave the room, paces, howls, or destroys things when you're gone, these are often signs that the reason they follow you around is that they simply cannot cope without you, and that's not good. No relationship should be so intense that one of the two creatures involved should have a full-on meltdown when the other party isn't around. I mean, imagine if any of your friends chewed the couch to cope, because you couldn't keep them company. God, I really do love alliteration. You'd think they were totally unhinged. In this case, sticking to your side isn't about comfort. It's about trying to prevent panic. Your absence triggers stress or emotional distress, and your presence is the only thing that calms them. Separation anxiety is more common in some breeds and in dogs who've experienced instability. And it's something that can be managed with training, patience, and if things get too much for you to handle, professional help. If you think that your dog's clinginess may have more to do with struggling to be with you rather than enjoying being with you, it is crucial to try and help them break free of that, because freaking out every time you are alone is not a healthy state for anyone to be in. You reinforce the behavior. On that note, we do not touch upon the rather awkward fact that if you have an overly clingy dog, then you might be to blame. And look, you might have no issue with having a dog that follows you around like paparazzi, or should be a paparazzi, But if, for you, it's something of a nuisance, then we need to address the fact that whether you realize it or not, you actually might be rewarding them for always lingering by you. Do you pet them every time they follow you? Talk to them when they sit by your feet? Toss a treat just for being cute? I know it's hard to resist doing those things, but doing them teaches your dog their stalking behavior, will get them attention. And there's nothing they want more than the A word. These small actions teach your dog that being near you equals good things, and dogs are fast learners. This may sound like they're manipulating you, but that's not the case at all. They're simply responding to your cues. And if those cues say, stay close and I'll give you attention, your dog is just doing what you taught them. And hey, like I said, if you're down to have a dog always at your feet, then this is no issue. But if you clicked on this video because you saw the title and thought, gee whiz, that sounds like my dog and it's so annoying, then I'm here to tell you, you might just be the problem. Being needed, being wanted is a privilege. So long as they're not too clingy, you should love having a dog that always wants to be around you, because they can literally smell if someone is a bad person. So, if they want to be around you, that means you smell like a good person. Want to know more about that unique ability to sniff out bad eggs? Check out this next video.